My name is AvaConda. I'm going to be your minimalist coach today. It's so nice to finally meet you. Yeah. Okay, so I know that I'd asked you to take some pictures and send them to me, and I do have them on my iPad. And we're just going to go over a little bit about minimalism today and kind of what areas you need help with, and start to tailor a plan for your specific goals. And I just want to start off by saying that minimalism is, as cliche as it's going to sound, is a journey, not a destination. Minimalism looks different for everybody. You can, have 5 items in your whole life, and if that's part of your minimalism journey and that's your goal, then that's great. But if you're someone who just wants to downsize, declutter, make your life easier and simpler, make getting dressed in the morning that much easier, definitely minimalism is for you, and it's just as important as the minimalist who has 5 items. So I'm going to ask you a little bit about your goals in your life and see if we can't come up with a plan to get your life a bit more simplified. So why are you looking into minimalism? What's attracting you to minimalism? Okay. Yeah. Okay. And what does minimalism really mean to you? What does it look like for you? Does it look like having 5 items? Okay. Yeah. Sure. Okay. Awesome. Well, sounds good to me. So just basic decluttering, culling some of your wardrobe. You have a lot of dishes and platters and knives and spoons and forks and everything that you don't need. You have a million of them. A lot of tools that you never use, stuff like that. Okay. Sounds about normal. It's what the common person's looking to do. So we're going to start with some wardrobe tips. I know I had you send me some pictures of your home, and we'll get into those in a moment. I know I had you send me a picture of your wardrobe, but let me speak on it a little bit. Are you someone who likes to wear black or white or very solid colors, or are you someone who's very bright in their personality and their wardrobe? Okay. Even if you're leaning a little bit more toward bright and colorful, having a lot of staple pieces is going to be the way to go. So your jeans, your camisoles in solid colors, your main pieces that you enjoy that are colorful and bright, you can absolutely keep. But for the most part, staples are going to be your thing, because it's also easy to see if you're repeating an item, if it's a really bright, colorful item. But if it's something that's fairly simple, you can use it in multiple different outfits. It doesn't look the same. You're wearing it once a week and everyone's going, look at her. She's wearing the same outfit. So it allows a little bit more versatility with less items. So having like one crazy colored jacket, floor length, beautiful. But the amount of times you're going to wear it, it's not as functional. So starting to cut back on some of those extravagant pieces if you don't wear them a lot. If they're, we've all bought that one pair of heels that's super bright colored and really high, and we've never worn them, or we've worn them once and we're never going to wear them again. Why do we keep them? Excuse the sounds. It just started raining. But yeah, if we're never going to wear them or only wear them once, let's just get rid of them. It is pouring now. I'm so sorry, but rain can be beautiful too, right? So as we move into something like the kitchen, we are looking at things like, how many people do we typically have at our home? Do we have a set of 4 forks and knives and plates, or 6, or 8, or more? Usually we have multiple sets of plates. We have like the casual plates and then the fancy plates, and Do you have enough spoons to serve coffee to the neighborhood? And those are the types of things you need to look at also. Do you have mismatched stuff? Do you have 3 of one fork and 2 of a different type of fork? And just, that's something super simple that we can go through and just look at, what do you have the most of as a set? What do you use? Do you need 12 cups? Do you need 20 mugs? Chances are no. Also, it helps with your dishes. Your dishes, it makes you do them more often so they don't pile up. But also, if they do pile up, you're not sitting on a sink full of dishes, because if you only have so many, it can only be so bad, right? So if you have a formal set that you like, keep that, put it away, and then keep your everyday set. Your everyday set should be equal to the number of people that typically eat at your home, maybe plus 2. So if it's just you and your significant other, maybe keep 2 forks, knives, and spoons, plus an additional 2 in case anyone comes over outside of your formal wear. So that way you have some things in case someone comes. You're not, eating with your hands, but you have enough there. As far as beauty products, this is a huge thing for me. Keep one of the things that you need. As a woman, I like to have a bunch of scents and a bunch of lotions and body moisturizers and face masks, and maybe with perfume. You can have like a day perfume and a night perfume. And when seasons change, you can swap those out because you'll have used them up, right? At that point, you'll have used them up and you can go for a more heavy winter scent or a lighter summer scent. But for the most part, that day perfume, that night perfume, or cologne really streamlines everything, keeps everything clutter-free. Okay? Yeah, so stuff like that, try to call. If you need a moisturizer in your bag and a moisturizer in your home, that's a little bit different, but try to keep one moisturizer. No Bath & Body Works semi-annual sales purchasing $50 worth of lotion. I am a culprit as well, so I can only say so much, but it's super important that we don't clutter our lives with lotion. Another big thing that we can do are some challenges. So there's a 30-day challenge, there's a 90-day challenge, and essentially these challenges are looking at what you've used in the last 30 days or 90 days or 60 days. You can choose a period, and anything that's not used, you get rid of. And that goes for suits, that goes for tools, that goes for formal wear, that goes for anything like that. Now, again, the level of which you cull is up to you. If you know that you like to do big projects, but you just haven't had the time, maybe you keep those tools or those projects. If you do go to weddings often, or you do wear your formal wear often, but you haven't worn it in the last 30 days, well, maybe you still keep that, right? But for the most part, we don't need 4 formal dresses or suits. We don't need 3 hammers. If there are tools that we never use and never will use that came odd from somebody, just get rid of them. So there's that school of thought, that you get rid of everything that you haven't used in a certain period. And again, photographs and things might not fit into that category, but shoes, clothing, cutlery, all of that fits into that category. Also, there is another challenge where it's the 333 challenge, I believe it's called. Names are not important. Where you choose 30 items from your closet and you wear only those 30 items for 30 days. And that includes accessories, shoes, bags, everything. 30 items. And it shows you how much you really don't need a lot more items. And that works a lot better and works in conjunction with getting a wardrobe that is multi-purpose. Like I said, having a lot of staple pieces. Having a white t-shirt and a black t-shirt. That, like a fitted tee, that can be paired with a fancier jacket or a denim jacket, or you can throw on over top of a colored camisole, kind of come through, different things that you can play with and style in different ways. And if you only have 30 pieces, definitely helps to have more. Now 30 again is a basic number. You can choose 60, 50, 90, and you can go down. You can say, okay, everything I don't use in 90 days, I'm going to get rid of, and I'm only going to wear 90 items. And then go down to, you can go down increments of 10, you can go down 80, 70, 60, or you can go down 60, 30. And a lot of people find at the end of that they don't even need that much. As far as, like I mentioned before, photos, that gets into a difficult thing because we want to keep photos. They're important to us. But I'm a big proponent of having them scanned and put on an SD card or a drive of some type or a cloud. There are companies that will do this for you. You can actually mail them in your photos and they will scan them all and they will destroy them for you. So you don't have to even tussle with the idea of keeping them. And they're all digitalized. So you can make as many copies of them as you want, send them to whomever you want, keep them in a cloud. And that way, if your computer crashes, you still have them, or God forbid there's a fire, you don't lose every photo. And you have them all somewhere. And if you ever want to print them out, hang them on the wall, put them in picture frames, you can do that right from your computer or your tablet or whatever you're using. So streamlining, that is awesome. Also digital streamlining, that's a whole nother thing in and of itself. Digital streamlining is going to involve a lot of folders and proper labeling and compartmentalizing everything, and I can do that physically with you, but we're going to get rid of extraneous miscellaneous stuff. And I know we have all those files and things on our computer that we don't need, photos of random things that are just populated from the cloud, and games we never play anymore and programs that are outdated. So we can go through and work on that together. But let me take a look at some of the things that you sent me here, these pictures. Okay. Alright, so this one is of your living room. Yes, I see a lot of books. Right off the bat, a lot of books. And I think we can definitely do to kind of cut back on the books. I know there are some that we like to reread, or some that were important textbooks that can be sold. We should sell those. But things that aren't going to be reread, we should donate or sell or gift or just get rid of. You can donate books to a library, to Goodwill. You can donate them to a friend, and that way they don't go to waste. You're not going to throw them away, but they're not sitting in your house taking up space for a book you're never going to read again. And if you're someone like me who likes to bring in 1 million books into the house, give yourself no more books until you read X amount of books and get rid of them. Because I used to do 1 for 1, 1 in, 1 out. That's another good minimalism tool, is for every 1 item you bring in, you take out another one. So if you bring in another pair of shoes, then you get rid of a pair of shoes. So kind of 1 in, 1 out. But yeah, definitely lost my train of thought here. Yeah, so books. We can look at the books and maybe set a limit of, after I get rid of 10 books, I can bring in 1 book, and then another 10 books, and bring in a book. So that way we can kind of start to cull that book collection into something that's manageable and movable. If you ever have to move, books are heavy, it sucks to have to move them and pack them up. So that's a big thing. Let's take a look at the bathroom here. Yes, a lot of lotions, a lot of sprays, a lot of 3 different kinds of toothpaste. Finish 2, keep 1. When that one's done, we buy a new one. I've done this as well. The only reason I can sit here and critique this is because I've done the exact same things that you're doing. just mindlessly bringing things into the home. And that's really the key of minimalism. The goal is to be mindful of the things we're bringing into our home and our sacred space and our life and the place that's supposed to be our sanctuary, our release from the world. And we're just bringing nonsense and crap and clutter into it and just making ourselves miserable by sitting in just stuff. So by getting rid of that, we're actually helping ourselves to be happier and to be lighter. And also it takes, time away from cleaning. We don't have to clean a million items. We clean the few things that are around, and you don't have to move a million knickknacks to clean a surface. You just clean the surface. So you get it, So alright, closet, really big, a lot of shoes. So again, I think for you, maybe you should try one of those challenges. Pick a number. Don't pick an extreme number like 150. I would say max 90. And work your way back if you'd like. And you don't have to get rid of those items. You just only wear certain, so put them in a different section of your closet or however you want to do it. But yeah, a lot of items in your closet. Okay, so that seems pretty basic there. Let's just check the garage here. Yeah, a lot of tools, a lot of just boxes of stuff. The boxes of stuff are going to be the hardest because that's usually the sentimental things and the things that we don't use very often. We feel we need them. Air mattresses and spare parts and bits and pieces and suitcases and all of that. So we can tackle that at a later date because that stuff is very difficult. But start utilizing some of the tips that I gave you and implementing some of those. And if you have any questions, give me a call, send me a text, email, whatever you'd like, and we'll take it from there and see how it's going. Okay, so I'd say let me know which of the challenges you're going to do. And I'll give you that much time, and I'll contact you after that. So whether you choose to do it a month, 2 months, a couple weeks. Okay? Alright, sounds good. Thank you very much. It was very nice to meet you, and I look forward to working with you and going on this journey with you. Alright, thank you so much.